Guys, it's CJT37 here. I just want to make this video because I'm going to talk a little bit more, go into a little bit more detail about this whole John Gentry thing that he did online, that he was ranting and being on Fox News and stuff, and basically a lot of people are probably thinking that he's airing out dirty laundry, but every race has problems. Every race has an issue. But he's just mad because we've been getting mad lately, and we got problems. But the problem is not that we have problems. Every race has a problem. And I don't think we should put the try to be all perfect, because we've been trying to do that. I know I have, and it doesn't work. That does not work. It will not work. What needs to actually happen is there need to be a set of policies that the police need to follow. It's just simple as that. It's just a law that needs to be made. Policies need to be set up where there is a rules of engagement the police must follow. It needs to be updated. It needs to be changed. Because they can't just keep shooting people, and that's everybody, not just police, but everybody. And it needs to be well known. It needs to be taught to these kids. The police need to go, actually maybe have town hall meetings and talk with the people. Because all people are asking for is not to be shot unarmed. That's all. I mean, it's not that difficult. Now, you can argue if somebody has a gun in their possession, whether they intended to shoot. That could be argued, because if there was only two people there and somebody had a gun and somebody else had a gun, you can argue some level of self-defense. Well, and I'm not, and that's just otherwise proven by forensics. But we're talking about people that are unarmed. Now, I do work for the government. I work for my county government, and I've been to the police stations, and these guys are very well trained at fighting hand-to-hand combat. I mean, these guys are trained. These guys are built strong. They're stronger than me. They work out. They exercise. They have to meet a certain fitness level, just like a soldier. They're trained like soldiers. They go to boot camp. They do all this stuff. They know how to fight. Now, if somebody is out there fighting police, they still do not. That does not justify shooting them 40 times or multiple times. Okay? I'm just coming up with an example. For example, like, there's a video of a guy that got, actually it turned out pretty good, because the guy had a gun. He was waving around a gun, and the police shot him in the leg, and he eventually gave up. This guy was white, by the way, that got shot. But if Michael Brown was done like that, if Michael Brown was really doing bad, like the police officer said he was doing, and being such a menace and a threat, how come he didn't shoot him in the leg? He could have shot him in the leg. He could have shot him in the arm, and he would surrender. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're going to surrender if you get shot and you're unarmed. But see, it's also, in the police current policy, they shoot to kill. They don't want no lawsuit. It's easy to shoot and kill somebody that's unarmed, because dead men tell no tales. That is why. And it's got to end. Because the more this keeps happening, people are just going to get angry. Now, John was talking about all these rioting and all this stuff. That's probably why he got mad mostly. I think it's mostly the rioting. And like I said in the last video, that's just stupid black folk. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are stupid. But that doesn't count for the educated ones that are not doing it, are going out here being peaceful protesting. Now, the part that he is talking about changing, he said we need to change. Change what? I have yet to see a detailed list of things we need to change. What? We need to stop with the hip-hop lifestyle and all that stuff. There's a lot of things we need to change. A lot more than I can list about our race. But see, here lies the problem. We have one race of individuals that have been in America, and you gotta realize, America didn't change its ways. It took time. It went in waves. First, for the country, this country to be established, right? For this country to be established, it took years, almost until the Civil War, and then after that, right? After some time after the Civil War, things had to change, and then we had the Civil Rights Movement, and not until the Civil Rights Movement, which is like 50 or so more years ago, right? Over 60 years ago. It hasn't even been 100 years since people have been treated just a little bit more equal, right? We had to pass all these laws, affirmative action, all this stuff, to force people to not be racist. So, with all that said, I'm not talking about people being racist. I'm just making a point here. So, for a group of a race of people in the past that took time to change, and you got some of them that's still racist, why should we do it all so quick? Like, it's going to take time for us to change. I'm not saying it should take time to change, but you can't expect everybody to change, us as a people to change. Especially if we're not so high on the race chain. And so, you know, most of us don't come from a rich background. We didn't come from a rich background. We don't have the same level of financial hand-me-downs that a lot of other people have had. We have to work from the bottom. And I think a lot of white people, that's what they see as the freedom. A lot of the Republicans and stuff, they see that as the freedom. Well, you're free. You can do what you want. You can make your life the way. Yes, you can. But you're not taught. They don't teach that in school. They don't teach how to finance and all this stuff and build wealth. And if whites aren't helping, they're definitely not. And I'm talking about rich people in power, those type of people that they're not giving back. I'm talking about people that influence masses amount of people. I'm not talking about regular white folk. I'm not talking about regular racist white folk. I'm talking about like people. I mean, like, you know, people in power that make change, that are in control of the economy, that make the rules that we follow. Those are the type of people that I am talking about. So, what do we do about it? How do we become the equalizer? Well, we do need to change. Now, that's one thing he's right about, but he didn't say how. Now, I don't have enough time in this video to say how we change, but I think it's up to you to decide, how do you change? How are you gonna make it in this world? Besides having a job, because having a job is not enough. So, you make that choice. There's a lot of things we can do in this country. But we do need to do better. But we also need not to be getting shot all the time and having our kids getting shot. And that's it. That's all I got to say. Leave a comment.